everyone, and welcome to your Feel Good Flow. Today I'll be using 2 blocks, but of course you're welcome to practice without any props. We'll begin by sitting up nice and tall in our Sukhasana, easy seat. Let your hands rest on your knees. The palms are facing up. Bring your index finger to thumb for your Jhana Mudra. This promotes mental clarity. And with your eyes closed, look into the center of your mind, to the third eye, our space of intuition and higher understanding. From this space, let's take a nice deep breath. So exhale through the mouth. Inhale through your nose. Take a big exhale. Again, inhale. And a big exhale. One more. Now seal your lips. Breathe in and out through your nose. This is our Ujjayi breath. It activates prana, the life that flows through us. As you breathe, notice how the body feels lighter. And begin to drift your inner gaze up to the top of your head, toward the crown chakra. We're looking up into the higher mind here. In this space, reflect on what brought you here. What is your intention today? And bring your hands to heart center for Anjali Mudra. We seal this intention in our heart space. Let's sing the sound of Om together. Inhale. Lift your hands up to your forehead, connecting your thoughts with your heart space. Clearing the mind. And on the inhale, reach your hands up and over your head. The gaze is high. Exhale, twist to your left. Reach across for your knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to deepen your twist. This is your letting go ceremony. Our twists detoxify the body, the mind. So if there's anything heavy that you're holding on to or carrying with you in your life, let that go here with your breath. Take another deep breath here. And on your inhale, reach your hands back up and over your head. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to deepen your twist and breathe. Let go of? How can we create more space in our life? Inhale, reach the hands back up and over your head. And then bring your hands down by your sides, fingertips to the earth. Switch the cross of your legs, bring the opposite foot on top. Let your head fall over to the left, take a deep breath. And then roll your head through center and then over to the right. Take a deep breath. Let's just take our head side to side here. Stretching out your neck. We're clearing out our throat chakra. Releasing any unsupportive, any unkind words we may use to speak to ourselves. Bring your head back up through center. Let's roll onto our hands and knees for tabletop. Your shoulders stack over your wrists. The feet are untucked. On the inhale breath, lower your belly. Gaze up to the sky for your cow pose. Exhale for cat. Round the spine, chin to chest. And continue this breath to movement flow. Exaggerate the C curve, your spines. And start to invite organic movement in. You can roll out your shoulders, you can look one direction and the other. And let's start to make some hip circles. So in one direction, make big circles with your hips, like you're drawing a circle on the earth with your belly button. We're warming up the joints here. Let's take that in the opposite direction. Come back to tabletop. Big toes touch, sit the hips back. Walk your hands forward for your child's pose. Take a nice deep breath here. And slowly rise up. Bring the knees together, feet together. We're going to tuck the toes under. Sit back onto your heels for toe torture. Make sure the pinky toes get tucked in. Reach the arms high, bring your hands to heart center. Interlace your fingers, press the palms forward. We're stretching out the hands and the feet. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Let's take 1 round of lion's breath. Inhale. And release the hands, give them a little shake. Bring your hands to the mat, tap out the feet on the earth. And keep the feet flat again this time. Set your hands back behind you. Draw the shoulders back, lift your chest. Options stay here or to lift your knees off the mat. Take a nice deep breath here. And slowly roll your knees back down. Walk the hands forward. We're going to use our blocks now. Nice and flat on the earth, lifting the number 11. About 2 fists can fit between your blocks. That's when you know that they're at about shoulder width distance. If you don't have blocks, don't worry about it. Just continue on as usual. We'll tuck our toes and send the hips high for downward facing dog. If you're using your blocks, walk your hands to the edge of the blocks to create some tension. Now you can really press your heels back and toward the earth. You're always welcome to bend your knees as much as you'd like. Really draw the belly in. Your gaze is back between your knees. There's 2 big motions happening here. We're pressing through our hands to send the tailbone up as high as possible. And then we're relaxing through the heels, allowing the hamstrings to open. Let's take a nice deep breath here. Let's look between our hands. Try and walk heel toe up toward your blocks. Feet are at hips width distance, so your big toes can line up with the inner edges of your blocks, or 2 fists fit between the toes. Bend your knees, grab your elbows, relax your head. You can sway side to side here. Then find some stillness. Feel the crown of the head pour open. Bend your knees and lift your tailbone up to the sky at the same time, really opening the back body. Relax your face, wiggle your jaw side to side. Let's take another deep breath here. And release your hands to the earth. Let's move those blocks off to the side. Heel toe your feet together so the big toes touch. On an inhale breath, lengthen the spine. for a halfway lift. Stay for a breath here. Knees are nice and bent. You're drawing the shoulder blades back and together. Take another breath. Exhale, straighten your legs, forward fold, relax your head. On your next inhale, bend your knees slowly. Begin to rise up to standing for mountain pose, palms open by your sides. In yoga, we root down to rise up, so press through your feet as you lengthen up through the crown of your head. Take a few breaths here, standing in your power, feeling grounded. On your next inhale, reach your hands up and over your head, the gaze is up. Exhale, forward fold. Release your hands to the earth. Inhale, take a halfway lift to lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back to your plank pose. Stay here for a breath, nice strong legs, the feet are together. On your next inhale, point your toes, then lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes, inhale for cobra. Draw the elbows toward your ribs. Squeeze your legs so much that your knees lift off the ground. Stay here for a breath. Hands soften. Tuck your toes, press up to your hands and knees for tabletop. Exhale to downward facing dog, hips high. Stay here for a nice deep breath in your Adho Mukha Svanasana. On your inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Let's walk up to our hands. On an inhale, halfway lift your spine. Exhale, forward fold to relax your head. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach your hands overhead. Exhale, mountain pose, hands by your sides. Inhale again, reach the arms high. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. Lower all the way down to your belly, untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, soften. Inhale, press up to tabletop, hands and knees. Exhale to downward facing dog, hips high. Take a nice deep breath here. We'll flow through our sun salutation one more time. Inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold, relax your head. Inhale, rise all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana, hands are overhead. Exhale, Tadasana, hands by your sides. Take a breath here. Inhale, reach the arms high again. Exhale, forward fold, relax your head. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back to Phalakasana, plank pose. We'll lower down to the earth for Bhujangasana, cobra. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, soften. Inhale, press up to tabletop. This time, just press back into your child's pose. Forehead to the earth. And breathe. Feel your hips soften back to your heels. Feel your breath in your body. Notice your heart beating in your chest. Return to the intention that you set for this practice. And take another deep breath here in this space. On your next inhale, press back up to your hands and knees. Send the hips high for downward facing dog. On your inhale, send your right leg high. You're going to bend the knee, stack open the hip. You're reaching your knee up to the sky, shoulders are level to the earth. Make some circles with that right ankle, rolling out the heel. Inhale, three-legged dog, straighten the leg back out. The hips are level to the ground. Exhale, step your foot forward between your hands. Keep the back heel lifted, reach your hands up and over your head for crescent lunge. Squeeze the back leg nice and strong. Keep the hips pointing towards the top of your mat and lunge into that front knee until it stacks right over your ankle. Take another breath here in your crescent lunge. On your next exhale, we'll open up for warrior two. Drop the back heel down. You've got the heels lined up here, more or less. You got your knees stacked over the ankle. The arms are wide. Engage the underarms as you look over the right hand. Let's start to make some circles in the hips. Make some circles here, really opening up the hip complex. Let's take those circles in the opposite direction. And come back to your warrior two. Flip the palm, inhale, reverse warrior. Lengthen to the side body and breathe here. Feel the prana really activating in your right thigh. Take another breath. And straighten that front leg. Preparing for triangle pose, the arms are wide. Shift your hips back, reach that right hand forward as far as you can, and then tick-tock your arms. You have blocks, or if you do have a block, feel free to set that underneath the right hand for support. Your drishti is up to the sky. We'll take 2 breaths right here. And swoop that hand up and over your head. Walk it around to the side of your mat for Prasarita. Your feet are parallel to the top of your mat. If you have your blocks, you can press your hands into them to lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. You can let your forearms rest on the blocks. Palms press together as you relax your head. If you do not need the blocks and you'd like to go a little bit further, you can bring your hands down to the floor. Maybe even walk them back through your feet, getting a nice stretch along the back of the legs. Take a deep breath. And come back into a halfway lift. You can take your blocks with you back around to the top of your mat. Set them there at the top of the mat, hands come to the earth. We're going to step both feet back into our plank pose. Stay here in your plank, shoulders are stacked over wrists. You're going to take side plank, Vashisthasana. Drop your heels to the right, send your left arm high. Always an option to modify by bringing your right knee to the earth. Look up to the sky here as you balance, take a deep breath. Both hands to the ground, come back to your plank pose. We'll drop our heels to the left. Send your right arm high, take a deep breath. Remember, always an option to lower the knee to the ground. Try and reach the gaze up, take another breath here. Both hands to the ground, downward facing dog, send the hips high. On your next inhale breath, send your left leg high for your 3-legged dog. Bend that knee, stack open the hip. Make some circles with your ankle. Then straighten the leg back out, level the hips off to the earth. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, step that foot forward, bring the foot between your hands. Inhale, rise up for crescent lunge. Hands reach up and over your head. Rise up into the tippy toe of your back foot, lunge forward until your knee stacks over your ankle. Feel the shoulders melt away from your ears, take a nice deep breath. From here, we'll open up into our warrior two. Expand the arms wide, lunge into that front knee. Expand in both directions, feel the underarms really light up. Let's start to make some circles in our hips. take your circles in the opposite direction. And come back to your Virabhadrasana. B, spread the fingers wide. Let's take our reverse warrior, send the arm high, expand along the side body. Keep the lunge in that front knee. And then straighten the legs, send your arms wide for your triangle pose. The hips shift back, that left arm reaches forward, and then you tick-tock your arms. Again, you can use your block here if you'd like. Really expand through the left side body, bring your gaze up to the sky. Take another deep breath. Then reach that hand up and over your head. Walk it around to the side of your mat again for Prasarita. We'll take a tiny micro bend into your knees. Bring your hands to your hips and lift yourself all the way up to standing. Let's send the arms wide for our star pose. Spread the fingers wide. Expanding in every direction here, you feel limitless. It's beautiful to take up space. Let's take 3 rounds of lion's breath with the back bend. Inhale. Inhale, reach the arms high. Then bring the hands to heart center. Pull the heels in. Sit into your goddess squat. The feet are turned at 45 degrees. Let's reach the arms up again. Then cactus the elbows out by your sides. Spread the fingers wide. Turn over to your left here. Try and look over the left shoulder. Come back through center and then turn to the right. And just take that a few times side to side. Keep the core engaged. Lift the pelvic floor. Beautiful work, everyone. Come back through center. Inhale, straighten your arms, straighten your legs. Point the toes forward as you swan dive to a forward fold. Bend into one knee and then the other. Really waking up our hips this morning. All right, and then walk around to the top of your mat again. We'll step our feet back into a plank pose. Take a breath here. And downward facing dog. Let's roll forward into our plank pose. Lower all the way down to your belly. Prop yourself up onto your forearms. Bring the feet wide. Press through your hands to really lengthen the spine. Look over your right shoulder. Take a deep breath. Look back through center and over the left shoulder. Take a deep breath. And start to make circles with the head. Rolling the neck out in one direction. And then the other. And come back up through center. We'll send the arms wide for stick in the mud. So your arms are onto a T shape. Your gaze is over to the left. You're going to pull that left hand into your chest, bend your left knee, and then just roll onto the right side of your body. Prop your foot up behind you. You can keep your left hand right where it is, or you can wrap it around your low back. Take a few breaths. Expanding across the rib cage. Stretching open the chest, the heart chakra. Then roll back through center. Take the stretch on the other side. Send your left arm out. Roll onto the left side of your body. Relax your head and breathe. Take whatever arm variation you did on the other side. And roll back to center. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Press up to your hands and knees, and then back into a child's pose and breathe. downward facing dog. We're going to move into our pigeon pose. Send that right knee to right wrist, laying the shin across the mat. Slide the left leg as far back behind you as you can. And then pause for a moment here. Press into your hands. Maybe you bring one hand to your knee, the other to your ankle. Lengthen through your spine. Look over your right shoulder. Take a breath here. And then walk your hands forward, forward fold. You can rest on your forearms, or maybe you take it all the way down to the floor, supporting your head. And breathe here. Another breath. Begin to press into your hands. Tuck your back toes. Press back to downward facing dog. Other side, pull that left knee forward. Slide your right leg back. Press into your hands here. Walk them in towards you as much as is comfortable for your low back. And look over your left shoulder and breathe. Gaze forward again, walk the hands out in front of you into your pigeon pose. Take another breath here. And slowly begin to press yourself up. This time just rock into your left hip, sending your right leg forward and in front of you. Let's send both feet out in front of us for a seated forward fold. Your feet are flexed. Take a gentle bend into your knees to really lengthen your spine. Send your arms up and over your head. Then reach out and over your legs for a forward fold. Relax your head. And as the hamstrings open, you can slowly begin to straighten your legs out as far as is comfortable. You want to keep the stretch in your hamstrings here, so if you start to feel it in your low back, just bend your knees a little bit. And let's breathe for 3 breaths. Slowly rise up. We'll take a wide forward fold. Send the legs wide. The spine is nice and tall here. Your feet are flexed. Inhale to lengthen the spine. You're welcome to stay here, or you can walk your hands forward out into a forward fold. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. Slowly walk the hands back in. Send your left arm down the leg. Send the right arm high, side bend, stretch. Take another breath here. Trying to keep your elbow above your ear. Inhale, reach the arms high, opposite side. Slide the right arm down your leg. Send your left arm up and over your head and breathe. Try and keep your elbow above your ear. Then take that breath to movement. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, side bend, stretch. Inhale, rise. Exhale, side bend. Take that one more time, side to side. And rise back up through center. Grab the knees, feet together, knees wide. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Relax your head. Walk the hands back up through center, cross your ankles, roll onto your knees. We're going to sit into our hero's pose. So the knees are together, the feet go wide, and you'll sit between your heels. If this is not comfortable on your knees, you can always take a block or even 2 blocks and sit on them. That'll help create some more space in your knees. So you have the option of staying here, resting your hands on your knees, or you can set back onto your hands. Option to stay here or to rest back onto your forearms. And of course you can always lay all the way back. Or my favorite is to put a block right under my rib cage and then lay back. You can even use your second block to support the head at whatever level you'd like. And we'll stay here for about 3 breaths. Getting a nice internal rotation of the hips here. Breathe along the outer edges of your hips and then into your knees. Take 1 more breath wherever you are. And slowly begin to press back up onto your hands. And then walk your hands forward, coming back into a tabletop. Make some circles with the hips. And then cross the ankles, come back to a seat. We're going to send our feet out in front of us. Knees together, feet together, reach the hands forward for your Navasana. We're going to float our feet up off of the ground. Option to always modify, bringing your hands back and behind you. On the inhale breath, we're going to lengthen up through the spine. On the exhale breath, squeeze your knees together. Inhale, begin to straighten the legs, sitting a little lower back towards the earth. Exhale, lift yourself back up. Inhale, low bow, straightening the legs. Exhale, lift yourself back up. 1 more, inhale, sitting low. Exhale, rise back up to Navasana. Stay 1 more breath, squeeze the knees together, lift the feet a little higher. And bring your feet to the ground, roll it all the way down to the floor. We'll take a bridge pose, reach for your heels. The middle fingers just barely brush the back of the feet. On your inhale breath, lift the hips high. You can shimmy your shoulders together if you'd like, maybe even interlace your fingers on the mat. We'll take 2 breaths here, really press through the inner edges of your feet down into the floor. On your next inhale, lift the heels off the floor, release your hands and slowly roll the spine down 1 vertebrae at a time. Heel toe the feet wide, let your knees knock in together. 1 hand on your heart, the other on your belly. Breathe into your low back, pressing it into the earth. Return again to the intention that you set for this practice. What are you seeking? Reach for your knees, pull them into your chest, give them a nice squeeze. We'll keep our right knee in, send the left leg long onto the mat. Pull that knee into your chest. And with your left hand, guide the knee across your body for supine twist. Bring your gaze out to your right hand and breathe. Release back to center. Let's switch. Pull that left knee in, send the right leg long and breathe here. Squeeze that knee into your chest. And with your right hand, guide the knee across your body for supine twist. Your gaze is out to the left. And come back to center. Pull both knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Lift your chin up to your knees and squeeze into a tiny ball. Squeeze your face, your shoulders, your belly, your toes. Take a deep breath. And find Shavasana. Arms and legs go long. Palms roll open by the sides. Relax your hands and breathe. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, bringing life back into your body. And turn your head from side to side. Reach your hands up and over your head like you just woke from a long nap. And then roll onto your right side, supporting your head with your bicep. This is a posture of rebirth, an opportunity to begin again, to wipe the slate clean. So when you feel ready to hit the refresh button, press yourself up into a moment of purity and peace and space. Bring your hands to your heart center, palms pressed together. Let's seal our practice today with the sound of Om, reminding us why we are here, of a deeper purpose in our intention. Inhale. And lift your hands up to your third eye. It is an honor to share this space with you. The light within me bows to the light within you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me today. It is always an honor to share this space and to guide you through this practice. Remember, if you would like to donate to my PayPal, the link is below, and this helps me to continue doing this work. Thank you. Namaste. All right, I have to make one cut.